Welcome to this video tutorial from SPSSvideotutor.com. I'm Jacob Mays, and today I will introduce you to SPSS. Inside this video, we will review what SPSS is and what it's used for, the two main windows in SPSS, including the data editor and the output viewer, and the menu options in SPSS. By the end of this video, you will have a basic understanding of the SPSS environment. Let's begin. SPSS, or the Statistical Package for the Social Sciences, is a statistical software program that can analyze your data in three basic ways. First, it allows you to describe your data using descriptive statistics. Examples of this include frequencies, mean, minimum, max, and standard deviation. It also allows you to examine the relationship between variables in your data. Examples of statistical techniques to explore relationships include correlation analysis, regression, and factor analysis. Finally, SPSS enables you to compare groups using t-test, analysis of variance, and non-parametric statistics. Now let's look at the two major windows in SPSS. When you first open up SPSS, you will see what is called the data editor. Okay? The data editor is where you create variables, you enter data, and you carry out statistical functions. All right? Now, you will notice that there are two tabs in the data editor: the Data View tab and the Variable View tab. The first tab is the Data View. This is used for entering data as well as viewing data in the data editor. The rows represent the individual cases, and the individual cases can be people, businesses, states, countries, what have you. Okay? The columns represent the particular variables in your data file. Okay, so let me give you an example. In the world95.sav file that comes with SPSS, at least the later versions of SPSS, the first variable, because these are all variables, the first variable is the country. Okay, and each case is represented as an individual or separate country. Now, for Afghanistan, the predominant religion is Muslim. The average life expectancy for the females is 44. The average life expectancy for males is 45. Okay? The second tab, as I mentioned before, is the variable view. The variable view is used to create and define various characteristics of variables. Here, the row represents individual variables, and the columns represent the specific characteristics of those variables. Okay, so let's look at our world95.sav file as an example. Now, row 1 is the country variable, row 2 is religion, row 3 is average female life expectancy. Column 1 is the name, column 2 is the type, column 3 is the width of that particular variable. I'd like to quickly review the menus in SPSS. Now, I say quickly because I'm going to review each of these, or most of these, in far more detail in upcoming video tutorials. Okay, so let's begin with the file menu. Now, the file menu contains the standard options that you would see in other Windows programs, such as save, print, open, new, and so on and so forth. Okay. The edit menu is another standard menu where you can cut, copy, and paste. Also, you can edit SPSS preferences by clicking on the options button here. View here is where you can indicate if you want to see grid lines or display value labels. Now, right now grid lines is not on, but if I click that, then you can see, or should be able to see, the grid lines. So under data, This menu allows us to make changes to the data editor. You can insert variables, you can insert cases, split the file, and select cases. Again, we will discuss these in more detail in future video tutorials. We have the transform menu, which is used when you want to manipulate one of your variables in some way. The analyze menu is where all of these statistical procedures are located. We will go into what each of these statistical options do when I show you how to run the various statistical analyses in other video tutorials. Okay. Now the graph menu is used when you only want to produce graphs without running any analysis. And again, I will show you how to do that in another video tutorial. Utilities is used when you have production jobs or you want to obtain information about the variables in your file. Okay. Now, add-ons is a menu that is used when you have or when you've purchased a analytical module that doesn't come with SPSS. Now, all of these modules are sold separately. So if you purchase an additional module for SPSS, you would actually run it under the add-ons menu. Now, the Windows menu allows you to switch between windows, as you pretty much know. And the help, obviously, is help. Okay? The second major window is the output viewer. This is simply where the results of any analysis appear, including charts built with the chart builder. So if we go to the world95.sav file and run frequencies on average female life expectancy, we will see what is produced in the output viewer. Okay, so let's go to world95.sav. We run analyze, descriptive statistics, and then frequency. We then select the particular variable or variables we'd like to see frequencies for. And then we make sure that display frequency tables is checked. We go to statistics. We select the measures of central tendency that we're interested in. We click continue. Next we go to charts. We select bar chart, click continue, and then click OK. As you can see, the output viewer is broken into two parts. The left side contains an outline or menu pane, which gives you a full list of all the analysis you've performed. You can use this side to quickly navigate your way around your output. So if you want to see the bar chart, you want to see the frequency table or the summary table, you can just simply click on one of those. Okay? On the right side of the viewer are the results of your analysis, which can include tables, charts, and graphs. The first thing we see is the syntax statement. This is a written record of the executed command. Next, we have the name and path of the active dataset, which is world95.sav. Following that, we have the summary table, which contains the total number of cases in each variable along with the mean, median, and mode. So in this example, there are 109 cases in the average female life expectancy variable. The mean is 70.16, the median is 74, and the mode is 75. Okay? Next we have the frequency table, which tells you the number of times each value occurs for this variable and the corresponding total percentage that this number represents. Okay? So for example, there are 4 women with an age of 58. These 4 women represent a total of 3.7% of the total. Now, you always want to look at the valid percent because the percent column takes into account all values, including missing. Okay? Whereas the valid percent excludes the missing values and calculates the percentage based on cases that have data. Okay? And then finally over here you have the cumulative percentage, which is simply the additive percentage from the smallest value to the largest value. And this is always going to equal 100%. Okay, and then finally we have the bar chart, which gives you a graphical representation of the value frequencies for this variable. Okay, so basically this is a graphical representation of the frequencies column here. Okay, so as you notice, the numbers increase as the age increase, the number of frequencies increase, and we see that here. Okay. SPSS is a statistical software program that allows you to analyze your data in three basic ways. You can describe your data using descriptive statistics. You can examine the relationships between your data using correlations and multiple regressions, or you can compare groups using t-test, analysis of variance, or non-parametric test. Additionally, there are two main windows in SPSS, the output viewer and the data editor, which consists of a data view and the variable view. If you have any questions whatsoever about this video or any other video, please submit your questions to Jacob Mays at jacob@spssvideotutor.com. This has been an SPSS video tutorial from spssvideotutor.com. Thank you for watching. Much success with SPSS.